What is going on, everyone? I hope you are all having a fantastic day. So most people know that they should be investing their money in some way, and for a lot of individuals that takes the form of either a Roth IRA or more often than not a 401k through their employer. So today I want to talk about a very relevant question, and that is, where should you be putting your retirement investments? And this isn't a matter of which one is best, because different financial situations warrant a different answer to this very common question. So today let's go through what each of these accounts are, why they are both so important to your financial future, and look at a few different scenarios that will help you determine which one is best for you. With that being said, be sure to hit the like button and subscribe if you do enjoy today's video, and let's jump right into it. Alright, so maybe you already have one or both of these type of retirement accounts, and either way, I just want to quickly explain what each of them are and the differences, since I know it can be a little bit confusing to a lot of investors, especially if you're just putting money in your 401k because your employer said that you should. So first of all, what is a Roth IRA? Well, I did an entire video on the Roth IRA, so if you did miss that, be sure to check that out. But essentially, this is an individual retirement account that allows you to contribute post-tax money, which is a big difference from a traditional 401k. And if you have no idea what a post-tax money contribution is, that is totally fine. I will explain it in a second. So in a Roth IRA, you can contribute up to $6,000 per year, and this is something that is accessible to anyone who meets the basic requirements for any type of investment account. Now, some of the biggest pros of the Roth IRA are that you can withdraw your contributions for this account at any time with absolutely no penalty. However, you cannot withdraw the profits from this account. So let's say you have put in $10,000 into your Roth IRA, and over the last few years, it's grown to $13,000. Well, at any time, regardless of your age, you can pull out your $10,000 from that account, but you cannot withdraw that $3,000 in profits without paying a 10% penalty and income taxes on top of that, which really defeats the purpose of this account in the first place. The other huge pro of this account that makes it really different from a traditional 401k is that you can withdraw all of these profits completely tax-free after the age of 59 and a half, and that is because of that post-tax contribution that I was talking about earlier. So without making this too confusing, in a nutshell, post-tax contributions mean you are paying taxes on that money right now, and you can invest it and withdraw the profits from that investment account down the road, and you do not have to pay additional taxes. Now, in my opinion and in my case, this is a huge pro, but depending on your situation, it might be a con. And that's because this means you have less money now to invest and grow with over time, since you have to pay taxes on it now. However, don't get all caught up in this, because we'll look at a few different scenarios at the end of the video that will help you determine exactly which account is best for you. Now, the other cons of a Roth IRA are that 10% penalty that you have to pay if you do withdraw your profits before the age of 59 and a half, and the fact that it's capped at $6,000 per year, which when compared to the 401k that we'll talk about next, that is a pretty low contribution limit. So that brings us to the 401k. Now, depending on your line of work, you may also have something like a 403b or a pension, so be sure to ask your employer and find out what exactly your retirement package includes. But for most people, you have a 401k that's just the normal retirement account through your employer. So a 401k allows you to contribute pre-tax money, which is the opposite of the Roth IRA, meaning you do not pay taxes on it now, but you will have to pay taxes on it in the future when you go to withdraw that money from your investment account. Again, don't get all caught up and confused in the pre-tax, post-tax thing. We'll get to that in a second, and it'll make sense in the end. So similar to the Roth IRA, you cannot start withdrawing all of those profits until the age of 59 and a half. So in that regard, it's pretty similar, but there are several pros to the 401k that really set it apart. That pre-tax contribution means that you have more money now to invest with and grow with over time, since you aren't paying taxes on it right now. And keep in mind that contributions to something like a 401k can be deducted from your income taxes, which could save you thousands of dollars now in taxes. In addition, the 401k also has a much higher contribution limit, which currently sits at $19,500 per year. And of course, the biggest pro for the 401k for most people is that employer match, which is literally free money that your employer gives you when you contribute to your 401k. Now, this is often capped at a certain percentage, but this is literally free money and is by far the best consistent rate of return that you will ever get on your money anywhere, because it's an instant 100% return, since anything you put into your 401k will automatically be matched by your employer up to that threshold. So my suggestion to you, if you are using a 401k, is that you should always invest at least up to that threshold, since again, it's literally free money. Now, Now, on top of that, another advantage of the 401k for most situations is that the employer often hires, and in a lot of cases is required by law, to hire a third party to manage the investments of the company's overall 401k. Now, depending on your level of comfort with investing, that could be a good or bad thing, but in my opinion, for most people who just want a passive approach to their investing, especially when looking at their retirement investing, having a professional third party manage their money does give you a nice peace of mind, and having that barrier between you and your account could be a great benefit if you do start to panic when there's short-term volatility. For example, with a Roth IRA, you can log into your account in an instant from your laptop pretty much anywhere in the world and sell everything because you're panicked because of that short-term volatility. So having that professional in between you and your account could be a really great benefit, because remember, short-term volatility is not a reason to throw your entire game plan out the window when you're planning to invest for 20 or 30 years. So that one really depends on your level of comfort with investing, but a lot of employers still give you the option to select your own investments, but at least you still have that professional there if you do prefer that. Now, quickly, some cons of the 401k are that you have to pay taxes on that money down the road when you withdraw that money. And for a lot of people, that is a con. For some people, it's a pro, but I promise I will get to that in a second. But other than that, you have the same 10% penalty if you withdraw your profits early, and you do have forced withdrawing at the age of, I think it's 70 and a half, which I know sounds a little strange, but that's just to keep people from stacking compound interest and millions of dollars and passing it on to the next generation, which I know sounds horrible and sounds like it sucks, but otherwise people would be getting insane tax breaks on their money if they just left it in there forever. Alright, so with all of that being said, it's time to answer the big question of which one is best. So let's break this into a few different scenarios because I promise it is not that complicated. In my opinion, strictly going off the numbers based on different scenarios, a Roth IRA is best if you're currently young and in a low tax bracket and anticipate to make more money in the future. That obviously means that a Roth IRA is bad if you're currently in a high tax bracket and anticipate to make less money in the future. And when I say make less money, I don't necessarily mean you're taking a pay cut or something like that, but maybe in your retirement, your expenses are lower, meaning your income is less since you're withdrawing less money from your investments to support your expenses. So the reason for this is all about getting the best tax benefit possible, because that's really what this whole debate is about. If you anticipate to make more money in the future, then naturally you'll be in a higher tax bracket in the future, meaning you would want to pay taxes on your investments now when you're in a lower tax bracket, and the Roth IRA allows you to do that. A 401k, however, allows you to invest your money now and let it grow over time, and you pay taxes on it down the road when you may be in a lower tax bracket. So let's say at the moment you're making a crap ton of money, but you don't think it's gonna last forever, then you would wanna put as much money as possible in your investments now and pay taxes on it later when you're in a lower tax bracket. So in that case, you would wanna use a 401k. I hope that's not too confusing, and if you are still confused, that is totally fine because it can take a little bit to wrap your head around this whole concept. So I will be sure to leave a link to a calculator down in the description that you can literally plug in all of your numbers and it'll tell you how much a 401k will be worth in a certain amount of time and how much a Roth IRA will be worth during those same parameters. So with all of that being said, here's the bottom line and my take on all of this. If you are young, then take advantage of the Roth IRA and try to max out that $6,000 limit as soon as possible. On the other hand, if you're making a ton of money right now and you don't plan on balling out in retirement, then a 401k might be the better option. However, it doesn't hurt to have both, and most people who reach millionaire status in retirement had both a Roth IRA and a 401k. Another small thing to keep in mind is that currently when I'm making this video in mid-2020, tax rates are at record lows, meaning at the moment it would be much better to pay your taxes on your investments now, meaning a Roth IRA would be better. Now, you may decide that a 401k is better for your financial situation, and that is fine, but keep in mind that tax rates might go up in the future, and while that's impossible to predict, it is something that I wanted to make you aware of. Also, just a really great bonus tip that could eliminate this entire headache altogether: ask your employer if they offer a Roth 401k, because yes, that is a thing, and it offers the same benefits of a Roth IRA, but you still get that much higher contribution limit, which could make a huge difference down the road. So currently, because I am much younger and I plan to, one, make more money in my career in the future and also ball out in retirement, I personally use a Roth 401k and a Roth IRA, and I put as much as I can into both of those accounts. So be sure to ask your employer if they do offer a Roth 401k, because it might be as simple as switching your account from a traditional to a Roth, and that could net you thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars in tax savings down the road. So with that being said, thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them down in the comment section below. And if you do want to open a retirement account, then be sure to use that first link in the description for SoFi, since they will currently give you $75 of whatever investment you want just for opening and funding an account with them. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe if you did enjoy today's content and want to see more videos like this in the future. And as always, take it easy, and I'll see you in the next one.